All over inner cities in the UK, residents are taking parts of the concrete jungles they live in and giving it back to Mother Nature. This is the story of one community in South London that, with the support of May Project Gardens, are bringing life and colour back into areas that were once forgotten and abandoned.
We used to live in this block, and I knew my neighbors. That one lives in number 12, the other one lives in number 27, but not by the names. People who used to come from work, go inside their flats, close the door, and that's it, because there was nothing to be outside for. It was an empty space. Because of that, it was a lot of drug dealing, because no one was walking this street, nobody was outside, so drug dealers, they were on every corner. So by doing gardening, we brought people out of their flats, and drug dealers, they found it less comfortable. And then we go to the police, we get together, because by then, because of the garden, everybody know by the number of the flat, but by their names. We sit outside together, we did parties, so by knowing each other, we go strong and confident, and we took on the dealers, and we worked.
Well, I've been here 17 years now, but obviously due to my illness, I've had to take early retirement, and I was like bored. I was thinking, what can I do? And then I started just pottering about a little bit, just out the front here, just a little bit, a couple of little silly plants, you know. And then I met one of our neighbours called Jose. He was doing his garden at the time, so I was thinking, oh, that looks really nice. And I kind of got to like it, and then it became like a hobby. And ever since then, it's grown. I just really enjoy it. That is it's like having another room. I know it might sound silly to some people, but it's an extension of here. That's a part of me, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it is another room. And in the nice weather, all us neighbours, we get together and we might have a little barbecue.
Nothing here has been funded by us as a council. What it's generally all about is neighbours getting together and saying we want to do something, you know, and actually everyone contributing in their own little way. And this is what's happened, you know, from a small seed has become, you know, this. But this is my advice to anyone. If you live in an area and, you know, you want to put a few flowers out, start small. And you never know where it goes, because the neighbour next door might enjoy a plant, another neighbour might enjoy a plant, and next minute, you know, you've got a nice little community going. And you make friends. It becomes very sociable. For the old person that lives upstairs, they'll come downstairs and introduce themselves to the young kid. So I say gardening, social community like this, you know, it brings people together. And when you bring people together, you have strength, and in strength you have power. And that's what we've done. With strength and power and the community, we've made a lovely little community here.
With the community taking responsibility for their environment, the introduction of May Project Gardens was a perfect fit. The seeds had already been sown. Now they just needed to be nurtured.
So we've been here, I think it's been about 3 months now. When we first started, these beds were completely empty. There was nothing in them at all. And we came down with our seeds. The local residents, they came with their seeds as well. And we've just been planting, maintaining, creating trellises out of bits of beds that they found in the bins. They've been getting really creative.
What have you been doing in this garden?
We've been planting, and we've been fixing up some plants, so trimming the long leaves on the tomatoes. And we've put some compost near the potatoes.
So the first few sessions were mainly just maintaining what we had sown into the ground. And then when I got a feel of the residents and what kind of things they're into, the kids said that they wanted to sow some plants. So we had a session where they planted spring bulbs last week and got to take that home. Some days we come and we just do a lot of harvesting and see who wants to take what home. And most of them just like to come and get their hands stuck in really. Sometimes it's just about being around it and having conversation with them.
You seem to know quite a lot about gardening. Did you learn that here, or have you done it before?
Learn it here.
You learnt it all here? How did you learn it?
Decibel's been telling me each week I come. She's been telling me what to do, and she's been explaining how I should do it.
And you like it, yeah?
Yeah.
What's been your favourite thing that you've done here?
Just planting and stuff.
Why do you like planting so much?
Because it's fun, and you get to plant vegetables, things that's necessary that you need. It's just fun.
Have you eaten anything from here?
I've tried the chard and the Carvello Nero. I've tried those two.
Josiah, what do you think about working with May Project Gardens?
It's fun because, like, when we have so much plants, you can like do a lot with them. Sometimes we cook with them. Sometimes we use some of their, like, you can take veg and use it in your, like, if you're making soup, for example, you can use it for making many things.
So do you know what vegetables we have here?
Yes, we've got some chard and carvello nero. We've got some broad beans and tomatoes. We've got potatoes, and we've got sunflower, 2 sunflowers, and we've got some chili plants.
My name is Nadine. I've been living in this area, which is Southwark, for about 20 years. And my role in this project is representing the Nelson's Tenants Association. And what we like to do is to sort of source in the area what natural attributes that we have. And we say natural attributes, meaning residents that actually do things without being prompted, but just from the heart. So as a Tenants Association, we look at what funding is available in the area and try to tend to the needs in form of environmental, social or economic ways of how we can become more sustainable as a community.
You've only got a little bit of outdoor space, but if you can go outside and plant things and mix together with different people that want to grow and learn, it's good for the kids.
Yeah. And do you think it can have an impact?
I think it can, yeah, because I'm sure that when we first came here and planted a couple of things, there was nothing. People didn't want to come down, and all of a sudden, within a week, there was different things going up. There was sticks going up, so people have gone down there and done things. So that's good. It's helped.
The thing I've enjoyed the most is interacting with people over something that I enjoy naturally, because it's always nice to talk to people, but sometimes you need that bridge, that connection, and in this case it's been the gardening. So I've really enjoyed just getting to know the local people here, hearing what they think about the local area and how appreciative they are of things like this. So I've enjoyed mainly meeting people.
I know a lot of the old neighbours, if you only knew them, love it. They stop. It's amazing. They go, love your garden. And then one lady come past one day, and it was really funny, it was 2 ladies, and one went, yeah, well, they must have a private garden. So I went out, I had to say so. I went, excuse me, love, there ain't no private garden.
That's right.
I said, that's me.
That's right.
She went, you're joking.
I think it brings people together when we have projects like this happening in local communities, because you could live on the same street as someone for years and you never speak to them. And just having something like this has created an atmosphere where people can come and just talk to each other. It doesn't have to be any big, massive meeting. It's just casual. I think it's created a space for people to connect.
That's great.
So I see it this way, if we all police it ourselves, and keep an eye on things ourselves, then we've got a community, we're strong. If one person is doing it, you're weak. But when you've got 32 people doing it, you've got an army, you've got a decent army that will keep all the riff-raff out. And that's how I see it. And that's how communities should stick together, because, the old community thing is gone. And, we've got a nice community. Everybody probably in this block knows each other's name. Now, where can you go in London and say that?
It's very rare.
Of all different cultures, that's another thing too.
I'm just very thankful for yourselves, May Projects, Gardens, coming together, and I think the feel of this community is that we are together, more together in a sense that we have one thing in common, and in that sense we're passionate about the area and we want to feel safe, and we want to feel that, just like how you see high streets kind of changing their retail shop fronts and stuff like that, by them implementing these spaces and putting in extra allotment spaces for us, it makes the area like much more appeasing to the eye. So, and as I've heard that some of the residents actually like seeing us work doing the gardening from their balconies, and that's what I like as well. So.
As the saying goes, no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. And with initiatives such as May Project Gardens and communities such as the residents of Southwark, we can not only change our environment, but we can change our world.